Hello, Steve Sipress here. Happy Direct Mail Monday, November 25th, 2019. Only about 5 weeks left, not just in the year, but in the entire decade. If you could think all the way back to the beginning of the decade, in the year 2010, where did you want to be at the end of the decade? Are you there? Are you beyond there? If not, why not? More importantly, what are you going to do differently to get you where you want to be by the end of the next decade, the next year, the next month, the next week, the next quarter? Okay, as you can see, a little chilly around here in usually sunny and beautiful Arizona. We're having a little bit of a bout of chill and rain, so not exactly ugly red Hawaiian shirt weather. In fact, we're having some friends and family over for Thanksgiving in a few days, and I just saw the forecast is for rain all day with the high only around 60 or not even. Ouch. And we were planning and ready to set up the whole outdoor setup and blah, blah, blah. Now we'll have 20-something people all inside, which is fine. But ouch. A little chilly and rainy for the holiday. Now, of course, I wonder what that means for the rest of the country. Must mean snow and ice and all kinds of global warming activity happening, which will disrupt travel plans, I'm guessing, for tens of millions of Americans. So I just shouldn't be bothered by a little bit of rain and temperatures chilly all the way down to the 50s. Ooh, ah. Anyway, it's Direct Mail Monday, and let's get right to it. Toby is here. Sid is here. Great seeing you guys. I ask this, and often I get deer in the headlights when I ask what is the easiest person to sell to. The usual response, anyone have a response? No, there's a delay, so I won't delay this whole thing by waiting, or to embarrass people, so I don't blame you for not answering. But usually people will say, well, a referral's the easiest person to sell to. And you would be close, but no cigar. Referrals are the second easiest sale to make. The easiest sale to make is, of course, to someone who is already a customer, a client, a patient, a member of yours. See, we just kind of forget that one, take it for granted. But most businesses, 90% of businesses fail in the first 5 or 10 years of whatever the number is. So when I say most business, I mean almost always mean the overwhelming majority, like almost all of them, completely fail to mine all of the absolute gold that is in their current list of members, clients, patients, customers, whatever it is to you, and to constantly think of offers, hopefully irresistible offers, to put in front of them of things you have an idea that they would want. Make sense? And so who's the easiest patient to get to come to a dental office? It's not the total stranger, which is where the lion's share of time, money, and effort is put by dentists. It's all the people on the list, a lot of whom all you have to do is send out a postcard every 6 months and go, hey, it's 6 months, time to come in. And boom, they come in. And if they haven't, then there's a campaign to like, oh, you missed your 6 month, you shouldn't let it go to 9 or 10 months or a year, blah, blah, blah. But that's much easier, much cheaper, much more cost effective to get that current patient to come in than it is to get out and market to strangers or even to sell to a referral. And Toby says, a neighbor of where I am working at let me put on my Toby to English decoder ring and see what happens here. Neighbor of where I am working at, already there, face to face, and watch me in action. Neighbor of where I am working. Okay, I'm going to skip ahead and maybe come back to that later, or maybe you could post some kind of a clarification. But anyway, so, but I do know, because I've seen Toby in action, is face to face. Because back in my 9-year door-to-door sales career, I spent almost a year of it, I think, actually living in a condo with Toby and a bunch of other guys from all over the country, all over the East Coast, that we were all there to kind of train together. We had screwed things up, and it was what is known as a retrain. So there's all these managers from all over, And that kind of goes along with today's lesson, because who is the easiest person to train to do door-to-door sales? It's a current manager who already knows what they're doing. And so training us, retraining us to be better at everything to do with running a business, much easier than finding somebody from scratch and convincing them to go do door-to-door sales. Most people wouldn't even get out of the car to come take a look and watch me in action. They'd be like, what are you, crazy? I ain't doing this. See ya, blah, blah, blah. Most people wouldn't even come back after an initial interview when they were invited to spend a day with someone and watch door. I don't even want to watch it. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to rather. That's so much tougher than just getting someone who has already done it really well, needs a little boost, offer them some more training. We came in and took it. Toby and I were two of the ones that came in and did that. And Toby says, Toby says, voice to text stinks. I get it. I thought he was saying something how that's not a good way to sell. But I think that means Toby is talking. I've never used it, but I've had people tell me that's what they do. You talk into the phone and it prints out what it thinks you're saying. And so I get it. So let me go back and try and translate here. Yeah, I still don't get it. But anyway, let's just get right to it. The easiest customer to sell to is a current customer. So I'll give you an example. My beautiful wife, Michelle, loves Hallmark. And do I mean the Hallmark stores? Yeah, she loves the Hallmark stores, but she really loves the Hallmark channel, which is on pretty much 24 hours a day, or whenever I walk by or go in the room these days. And they're doing nonstop Christmas movies, which they've been doing for about the past couple of weeks, and I assume for the next month. Christmas, 1 month away today. And so it's nonstop Christmas movies on the Hallmark channel. And I always joke that, like, as soon as I see it, or I go, what are you watching? Oh, the Hallmark. I'm like, I know this one. I know the plot of this one. This is where the woman goes back to her little old hometown from the big city. And, she's just there temporarily. She's going to leave, but there's her high school sweetheart, who is such a good guy, unlike all the guys in the city, including her current boyfriend, who's not treating her well, whatever, and blah, blah, blah. And they will end up doing eggnog together and get the tree and the hoo and the ha and whatever. And then, I'm not going back to the city. I'm staying in my hometown, and, they live happily ever after. And that, my friend, if you haven't ever seen one, is the plot to every single Hallmark Christmas movie with slight variations. And that's, of course, why my beautiful wife, Michelle, loves them. She laughs and says, yeah, that's why I love them, because they're simple, they're predictable, they always have a happy ending, and it's all good. Anyway, she also loves the Hallmark store. So this came in the mail, and I noticed on the top, on the back, it says it is a Crown Rewards member exclusive. So that tells me that she gave them her name and address and phone number or email or whatever, and signed up for some rewards program, which probably means she gets a certain % off of every purchase, or points towards a free gift, or who knows what. And this thing came in the mail, and there it is. So here's the front of the postcard. And it says a free gift. That's what got my attention. A free gift just for you. How do I get this up? This way. Flip for details. So that could be an irresistible offer. The O in the WOW strategy, the irresistible offer that you make. In this case, your ideal, easiest person to sell to, your current customer. And so it's a free gift just for you. Well, who's not going to flip that over? Who's a customer, a Crown Rewards member of Hallmark stores, gets this, says there's a free gift for you, flip it over for details. Who's not flipping it over? So it's an ideal message on the postcard when sent to that audience. And on the back it says, free tree-shaped dish. And I'm like, oh, wait, that looks familiar. Oh, that's what I saw on the front. Who knew? I thought they were ornaments, or I don't know what I was looking at, but there it is. It's the free tree-shaped dish. I don't know what size that is, but I don't know. That rib makes it doesn't look too big, but here's the key. 2 keys. Number 1, they are making an offer to the easiest person to sell to. Now, could they assume, hey, it's Christmas season, we're a great place for Christmas cards, Christmas ornaments, Christmas everything. Of course, our best members are going to come in and shop, and that's what 90 or more % of business owners do. They just assume and hope, which is not a strategy. Hope is not a strategy. Assume is not a strategy. Think is not a strategy. A strategy is send them an irresistible offer and make very clear you're inviting them to do business with you. Don't just hope and then look up in January and go, gee, our sales were off this year. I guess people just didn't come in. Well, did you practically force them to come in by making them an irresistible offer? I mean, here's a free tree-shaped dish, and then here's a key to it. This is what is known as value selling. It is regularly $16.99. So you purchase $50 or more, and you get this thing worth $17. See, if they didn't have this on here regularly, then who knows? Because they don't have the size. And my beautiful wife Michelle might know because she, oh yeah, I browse in that store. I've seen that dish. I know just what it is, what it's made of, and I've looked at it. I've thought about it. But maybe they didn't. Maybe they're like me, which happens a lot. This postcard is sent to the Crown Rewards member, right? So it's exclusively made out to my beautiful wife Michelle. But here I am. I get the mail and I look at it, and guess what? Who do you think I have some Christmas gift buying to do for? My beautiful wife Michelle. So I might keep this from her and see this and go, maybe she would like this free tree-shaped dish. Let me head over to the Hallmark store, and they conveniently, very smartly list to near, I guess they're nearby locations, but anybody with access to the internet can find locations of anything. But that's very smart that they put them on there. And $50 or more. So let's go in there and see if I can find $50 worth of stuff for family, friends, whatever, ornaments, Santa Claus things, I don't know, whatever they have. And I can get this dish for my beautiful wife Michelle. Maybe she would like that. So $17 bonus on a $50 purchase is, I can get out my, so we remember this, my door-to-door sales days, the old 848 calculator, but I don't need that to figure out the math. That is a 34% bonus. So I spend $50 and I get $67 worth of stuff. It's kind of cool. And I don't have to give the dish to my beautiful Michelle. I can give that to somebody else. But I mean, that is a really cool offer, right? That is a 34% bonus on a retail store purchase. Usually they come out with 10, maybe 20% off, 34%. And they're using the most powerful word in marketing and advertising, free. So they're not saying it's a 34% bonus, which would confuse everybody. They wouldn't know what the hell it means. They're saying you get something free. All you do is buy some stuff. And actually, I just realized it's not going to end up being a 34% bonus unless I hit $50 exactly on the head. I'm likely to go in and buy 60, 70, 80, who knows, $100, $200 worth of stuff, at which point it was only an 8% bonus, right? So I believe this is very smart. You're getting your best shoppers to come back into the store. This is mailed exclusively to them, so it's a very cost-effective mailing. You're not blanketing the area with 10,000 postcards unless you have 10,000 members there. You're sending those to just your very best shoppers. And they might even do what's known as segmenting the list. That's direct mail speak for targeting just a certain number of people on your list that are most likely to respond to your message. They might even say, hey, we have all of the cash register receipts over the last year or so. So let's not just send this just to every Crown Rewards member. I have to keep looking and see what it is. Crown Rewards member. Let's send it to our Crown Rewards members who spent at least X amount of money in our store over the past year. And now you're only mailing a few hundred postcards maybe in the area to bring in thousands of dollars worth of sales. So extremely cost effective. The easiest and most cost effective customer to sell to is the current customer. By all means, especially this time of year, make them offers. Now, here's the pushback I hear from unsuccessful, I'm just going to say it, from unsuccessful meathead owners when I suggest this. They're like, well, but that's going to cost me money because a lot of those people are coming in anyway. You know, they come all the time. Why should I make a special offer to people that I have a pretty good idea of coming in? That's just going to cost me money. Well, try it then. Okay, try and ignore your best customers for a couple of years. Don't send them any offers. And let's see if they do keep coming in. Or let's see if there's another business in town smart enough to watch my videos and actually follow what I say. Or even worse for you, become my client and then get 100 times more and better advice than I could possibly give in these brief videos, and they will never come back to your store ever again. So they might be thinking, they forgot about me, or they're taking me for granted. Those are two things I can give you a hint people don't like, and in particular, women do not like either one of those. And it is most likely that the Crown Rewards members of a Hallmark store are overwhelmingly women. So you want to show them that you care about them. That's important to them. And one way to show them that you care is to make them an irresistible offer, to give them a free gift when they come in and make a purchase for Christmas, which they're likely to do anyway. And besides, this is regularly $17. Do you think that's what it costs? Let's say it costs $4. Well, is it worth $4 plus the postcard to get someone who's likely to come in and spend money and appreciate you? And even if they don't, I'll bet my beautiful wife Michelle gets these periodically around all the different holidays, I'm guessing, and she appreciates, even if she doesn't take advantage, that they're constantly making her very nice offers. I'm sure she feels appreciated, and she will continue to shop at the Hallmark store and watch the Hallmark channel, where they probably advertise, go to the Hallmark store, and the whole thing works together. So you want to take care of your current customers. You want to acknowledge them. You want to show them you like them, you appreciate them, you care about them. And of course, the way to do that is not just send a postcard and go, hey, we care about you, now come in and spend full price and get nothing extra. It's not what I call the best way. I mean, you can try that, but that's not what I suggest. That's not the wow strategy. That would be the woof strategy. Just leave out the irresistible offer. I would include the irresistible offer, and whenever you make an offer, you want to include what's known as value selling, because my beautiful wife Michelle might know about what that's worth, $17. But again, especially this time of year, the husband, the non-member, don't have to be politically correct. I guess it could be the wife, could be the significant other, could be the one of 427 genders that people think there are these days. Whoever it is, could be the non-member in the household getting this, teenager, adult, anybody, and they wouldn't have any idea what this thing was worth. It looks teeny. It could be a $3 thing, at which point I'd go, big deal, $3. I guess they don't appreciate me, boom. But just by saying we really appreciate you, we're going to give you a $17 gift for free. That helps to include the value when you make your offers to people. Don't expect that they are living and breathing your business like you are 24/7, 365, and they know all your pricing and they know the going rates of your industry and all that. Why assume any of that stuff? Tell them what the going rate is, and that makes your offer appear more irresistible. So market to your best, easiest, most cost-effective people to sell to, your current customers. I know from over the years, we get these postcards, we get catalogs. I'll bet my beautiful wife Michelle gets emails, maybe even weekly. Here's the week's specials. I don't know. Maybe even text messages, maybe even phone calls. Who knows what? But you want to spend most of your time, effort, and money marketing to the easiest, most cost-effective people to sell to, your current customers. And that's a big, big mistake business owners make. They spend most of their time, money, and energy chasing prospects to try and get new customers. And then once they get them, you don't take full advantage of that customer because you expect them just to come back, and you don't entice them to come back and spend more money with you. So what was the point of getting them in the first place? And they're just hoping they come back. Cut it out. Stop doing that. Do it the right way. Toby also says, when I'm working, now it's in English here. When I'm working in a customer's house, the neighbor comes out to see what I'm doing, and he needs it done. Right. So, and then Toby throws in the door-to-door sales word, rehash. That meant after we sell them something, we sell them something else. But in this case, he's talking about a referral, which is the second easiest customer to sell to. But this video was all about the easiest customer to sell to. And that would be, Toby would say, if Toby got this one, he would say, when I'm working in a customer's house, I never leave before offering them something additional. That's truly what rehash meant, offering another item to the same person. See, in our door-to-door sales days, whoever made up that system understood that that is the easiest sale to make. Somebody buys something, offer them something else, the recurrent customer. Instead of go down the street and get doors slammed in your face and get told get a real job and get rained on and snowed on and sweating all over the place, depending on whatever the weather is, and wear out your shoes and whatever, and get rejected all day to try and find another buyer. Why don't you just show that current buyer another item? That's what we're talking about here. Market to your current customers. They're the easiest ones to sell to. So make sure you're spending the lion's share of your time, energy, and effort thinking of ways to market to your current customers, members, clients, patients, whatever they are to you. And then, of course, once in a while, a neighbor can come out, or a friend, or referral, or whatever, and maybe they want to buy something too. That's the next easiest customer to sell to. Okay, that's the lesson for today. Pay attention to your current customer. You want help with this? Exactly step by step how to do it in your particular business, including everything from what you should offer, who you should offer to, what price, how many, how often, whatever. I can help you with all of that. Go to helpfromsteve.com and I will help you out. That'll do it for Direct Mail Monday. Thanks everyone being here today live. Thanks Toby for all the input. Thanks everyone watching on the replay. If you have a question, comment, concern, anything at all, go ahead and post it below wherever you're watching this, reading it, listening to it, however you're consuming this, on my blog, my podcast, social media, the internet, online, offline, in a book, wherever. I always respond when appropriate. And go to helpfromsteve.com if you want help one-on-one from me to you, so you can make the most use of this tip or any other tip that I give, and make more money with less stress and have more fun doing it. Because to me, that's what business is all about. And I'll be back tomorrow on Topical Tuesday. I wrote it down here. Oh yeah, very important message for you tomorrow on Topical Tuesday. So hope to see you then. Over and out.